Now, the Chinese military is calling on the U.S. to stop sensationalizing China's military moves in the South China Sea. Spokesman Wu Jian has told the media that China has the legitimate right to deploy military facilities on its own islands in the South China Sea. U.S. officials have criticized China's building of facilities and deployment of missiles and fighters. Hanbin reports that the latest confrontations reflect a change in strategic thinking and the state of bilateral military ties.
Yongxin Island is increasingly under the spotlight of Western media as China exercises sovereignty in the South China Sea.
These are actions that are changing, in my opinion, the operational landscape in the South China Sea. China's actions are provocative, increases tensions.
There's no difference between China's deployment of defense facilities on its own territory and the defense installation by the U.S. in Hawaii.
The U.S. is accusing China of militarizing the region by deploying missile systems and fighter jets on Yongxin. The combative tone in the debate is itself making waves in the South China Sea.
We want to halt the expansion and the militarization of occupied features. We think everybody benefits by true demilitarization.
We don't hope to see militarized closing reconnaissance by the U.S. military. Nor do we want to see more missile destroyers or strategic fighters coming to this region. This is what all sides need to take for the responsible behavior on demilitarization.
China regards itself as the victim of the disputes. It believes the U.S. call for freedom of navigation is in fact a ploy for dominance in the region.
The U.S. has increasingly dispatched military vessels and aircraft to the adjacent waters and airspace of China's islands in the South China Sea. It has engaged in highly targeted military exercises and joint patrols. The U.S. is turning a blind eye to its own militarization and has made irresponsible accusations about China. This is a typical double standard.
Beijing has been angered by U.S. air and sea patrols near islands China claims. It's calling on the U.S. to respect both their military and wider bilateral relations.
Recent actions by the U.S. has severely damaged the mutual trust between the two sides and violates the consensus reached by the two sides. We urge the U.S. to take concrete measures to remove obstacles for healthy development.
The open debates by the U.S. and China over the South China Sea issue have a global audience. Both sides have acknowledged that it's unlikely to resolve their differences in the foreseeable future. The real challenge for now is how to avoid real confrontations that benefit neither. Hanbin, CCTV, Beijing.